Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. We do start with breaking news. A suspect has been arrested in relation to a string of suspicious fires that were set near the Finch Arboretum last week.
Within the last hour, we have learned that 53-year-old Vicki Smith is accused of starting multiple small fires in the West Hills area. Spokane police just confirmed with us she is suspected of starting the major fire that was burning directly behind the Catalyst housing project.
They also say she is suspected of the graffiti that was found in downtown Spokane, which said Burn Down Day Spokane, with a date of when the fires were set. The small fires were started at the same time that firefighters were already fighting that bigger Sunset Highway wildfire just a few miles away.
Those fires prompted level 3 evacuations for homes in the community. Smith was detained over in Tukwila, Washington this morning and is now charged with 3 counts of first-degree arson. She currently awaits extradition from King County here to Spokane County. We'll have much more coming up tonight on KREM 2 News in just 5 minutes here on KREM 2.
Right now, we want to head to breaking news out of Hawaii.
These past few days, the resolve of our families, businesses, and visitors have been tested like never before in our lifetime.
Just devastating video out of Maui tonight of that wildfire that continues to burn, leaving smoldering ruins like the ones you're seeing right here on your screen.
So within the last half hour, we have learned the death toll has now jumped to at least 53 people and thousands more still displaced by evacuations. This video is showing neighborhoods, businesses, cars all burned as the wildfires cut off several roads. Now President Biden is declaring Hawaii a disaster area.
And in an effort to bring you more to every story, KREM 2 decided to dig deeper to see what the Northwest is doing to help the people of Maui.
KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy found out that volunteers with the Red Cross are already stepping up, some even flying out there to the island. Shannon?
The Red Cross immediately set up shelters for evacuees of the Maui fires. Now volunteers from across the Northwest are packing up to travel there to provide support any way they can. As crews fight to contain fires raging across Maui, Abby Walker with the Red Cross's Northwest region says crews from across our area are stepping in to help those living on the island.
We have had even more join in to help with this response. We now have 18 volunteers.
Around 6 of those volunteers are making their way to the island to help feed and shelter evacuees.
And then also with disaster health services, which means checking in on people and making sure they're doing okay. We provide emotional support in addition to taking care of those emergency needs.
But another massive effort is happening virtually, with volunteers staffing a call center to reconnect families.
So those volunteers who are helping virtually are helping with that reunification cases and getting people in contact with their loved ones.
You can help right now without signing up to volunteer. Check out KREM.com right now to learn how to donate or give back.
Financial donations help us to get those needs met quickly because we're working with families on the ground and working specifically to know what their needs are.
Now, those volunteers on the ground stay 2 weeks on average. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you. And we now want to go back to that story we had at the top of the show. A suspect arrested in connection to that string of suspicious fires set near Finch Arboretum last week.
Let's get straight to KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk, who's tracking the very latest and has more now on the arrest. Kyle?
Yeah, Mark, and you can still see where the aircraft had to dump that fire retardant here last week. As you mentioned at the top of the show, that suspect has been identified as 53-year-old Vicki Smith. Now, right now, police have not revealed how they've been able to link her to all these fires, but we've learned that she was arrested this morning in Tukwila, just south of Seattle in western Washington. Police believe she is also responsible for that graffiti that was discovered downtown, which said Burn Down Day Spokane with the date of August 3rd. That graffiti was found a few hours before all these fires started popping up along the Sunset Hill. Now, people had to be evacuated during those fires. Dozens of homes were threatened. Right now, Smith is being held in King County. She'll have to be extradited back to Spokane. And once that happens, and once we get our hands on those court documents, we should learn the link between her and some of these fires, according to police. Reporting live in Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And when we talk about fires, we know that we got some much needed rain just a couple of days ago, but it sounds like we are going to have a return of summer weather soon.
Yeah, let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goo. Jeremy, we're still a few days out, but you're tracking potential triple-digit heat returning.
Yeah, I think parts of the inland Northwest are talking 100 degrees or hotter. And I think that arrives, say a week from now, but in the days to come, we're talking the warm up that gets us there. Couple of things of note. We're at 80 degrees right now, but look at the dew point, 42. That's the kind of the stark difference from where we sat, say, is that already earlier this week? Or no, that was last week when we had that extremely high fire danger, but not the red flag warnings because we didn't have the wind. We were much drier, basically. We still have a little bit of moisture in the atmosphere, but not enough to really feel humid, just enough to kind of mitigate a little bit of that fire danger. Overall, we're getting a ridge of high pressure building in, and that ridge is going to change our weather quite a bit. You're going, okay, what is it going to change? Well, it's going to be even sunnier, believe it or not, and it's going to be even hotter, believe it or not. Overnight, it is likely this is the coolest night we see in some time. Calming winds, clear skies, and temperatures only topping out near 80 give us a good opportunity to drop down into the 50s or 40s for some. By tomorrow afternoon, we climb back into the mid-80s. By Saturday afternoon, we're back up near 90. And get this, by Sunday, 90s across the inland Northwest, and next week, the heat is on.